Our leaders should just give us a break. Imagine this. A sitting government in Kenya can watch an outsider steal the elections, as they say, then wait for a foreigner to table his evidence because the one that they tabled at the Supreme Court of Kenya was termed as hot air. Then I strongly believe these are people who deserve not to be in power. Simply because a lot of things could go wrong when they're in power, to the detriment of the common mwananchi. And in this episode, I'll just like to bring you up to speed onto the illegalities of the tabled evidence by the American democracy crusader that the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga won the just concluded general election with a total number of votes of close to 8 million. But before we concretize into the facticity of the tabled evidence, if you're watching me for the very first time, kindly please just consider hitting on the subscribe button. If you have been watching my videos and you have not subscribed, kindly please just consider hitting on the subscribe button. And more so, if you're watching me from a different platform, either Telegram, TikTok or Facebook, kindly please just head on to YouTube, search for Mohamed Sudi. I'll be the first right person to pop up. If matters socio-economic and political matters are your great areas of concerns, kindly please just consider hitting on the subscribe button so that each and every time that I upload a new video, it will automatically reflect on your notification panel. And by so doing, you'll simply be supporting my content. Jeffrey Smith is a self-proclaimed democracy crusader to whom he's been mounting his efforts in fighting against democracy mutilation. He has now recently come out publicly to table his evidence that the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga won the August presidential elections. And honestly, if you are to base onto the facticity of his findings simply because he is also a researcher, then one will ask, where was he when the Right Honorable was presenting his evidence before the Supreme Court? I think that was the right time that we would enjoin and compile all his evidence purposely for the sake of the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga. Where was he by that time? Honestly, why now? And why did he have to wait 4 months down the line for him to table his evidence that the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga won the election? I'm usually very difficult to convince, and in this context, I pity my fellow Kenyans to whom may have trusted on his findings, simply because the more things change, the more they remain the same. And considering the fact that currently we have a fully constituted cabinet, I don't think that his evidence, whether factual or fictitious, will have a great impact or change in any way. And if I'm also to think outside the box, then I strongly believe this could be a political strategy by the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga with an aim of diversionary tactic for him to vie come 2027. Because previously he's been telling Kenyans that nimebaki na risasi moja, and with this evidence in the public purview, I kid you not, he can simply use it as a political mileage purposely for him to go back to his voters and tell Kenyans that, you know what, you also the tabled evidence by the American democracy crusader, of which it was factual, and truth be told, the elections were rigged. So please kindly vote me in for one more time. And one thing that the US democracy crusader failed to understand is that in Africa, if not Kenya alone, election rigging claims are contagious allegations enshrined among each and every election losers, to an extent that a mere member of county assembly will run to court complaining that someone rigged the elections. With all the deep state and the whole government machinery of former President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, the government of Kenya couldn't afford to know that the elections were being rigged, then I kid you not, that makes me strongly believe that the state never misses on its target. And when it does, then it is by design. And to the person to whom table this evidence should also be reminded that if we are to look at this matter from a historical perspective, then he should know that since time immemorial, the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga has been complaining of election rigging claims ever since. So with this, it didn't come as a surprise. And with all this could just be survival tactics politically for him to remain relevant up to the next general election. But honestly, that has just been my opinion. If you have a contrary opinion to mine, kindly please just feel free to drop your comments in the comment section and I'll give them a right of reply. And as I end this, kindly please just don't forget to comment, like, share, and most importantly, kindly please just consider hitting on the subscribe button if you have not. Thank you and may God bless you.